we're back. So I've tried re-uploading it again. Yeah. Don't know the hell what happened the first time, but some strange stuff happening, but I don't know. I tried uploading the same video onto my TikTok, and it says it's only had 4 views. So I don't know what's going on. It's like it's not going out on the feed or something, or what. Bit strange, really. Anyway, thank you for the like, whoever that is. Is everybody okay? Hope you're well tonight, people. So, yeah, so I'll put that out now, and hopefully that's gonna, yeah, be alright now. So is everyone okay? Hope you've had a wonderful day, everybody. What you've been up to this weekend? It was like really flooded down at the river. I was walking on the path and it was like, yeah, there was a bit of it that was quite boggy. And yeah, like literally if the water was any higher up, it would have completely been flooded. But on the other side, it was completely flooded. It's been, yeah, because we had a lot of rain the other day. And when we have a lot of rain, it just causes the river to burst. I think there's a lot of tributaries flowing into the river, and it just gets quite deep in there. Like it can go from being quite shallow at times to like being like really deep. Like it can raise up like meters above its baseline. It's just mad to see really that how much it can go up. Hello Aniket, how you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Welcome in here. How are you doing? Oh, you have a mohawk. Oh yeah, mohawk. Does that look like a punk or something? Is that what you're trying to go for? Like the kind of, yeah, it's like kind of punk hairstyle or something. Yeah, it makes me think of like the skateboarding games and stuff like that. What's this? Who will win the PL? Haven't got a clue. What's the PL? I don't know, dude. I was bored, so shit happened. Yeah, I suppose sometimes you just kind of think, oh, maybe I should try something a bit different, you know? Have a bit of spontaneity and just try something different, you know? Sometimes it's good to just be spontaneous and try something new. Have an experiment, you know? Break the monotony, you know? Anyway, is everyone alright tonight? Hope you've all had a great day. I used TikTok for the first time and I felt my IQ drop. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a cold video. Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough on here really, but yeah, TikTok can be quite bad for a lot of that stuff, you know, with just, yeah, just feel like you're losing your brain cells there. All the brain rot shit that can be bad on YouTube even at times, but yeah, I hope everyone's had a good day. Which part of the United States I'm in? I'm not in the United States, I'm in the UK. Hello Jasmine Rhodes, how you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Thank you for the 5 likes. Nice one, everybody. See, I've just uploaded a new short, so check that out when you get a chance. But yeah, just restarted, so I need to just get the new short out, and yeah, so hopefully that'll, you know, trigger some people to come over into the live stream. So maybe that helps with getting more viewers if I put the short out at the same time as going live. Maybe it's cool accent. Oh, thank you. So maybe if I put a short out, then they see the short, and then they'll see that I'm live. So who knows? But yeah, maybe it'll help get more viewers. But yeah, is everyone all right tonight? Hope you've had a great day. Hit that like button, everybody. Which is the most funny accent? I don't know. It's hard to say really, Aniket. I don't know really. What accent is it? I'm like in Northern England, so I'll just say Northern English. Even though there's different accents in Northern England, but a lot of people aren't really familiar with the different nuances of like Northern English accents really, unless you're from up here. Is everyone okay? Thank you for the likes. Hit that like button, everybody, if you don't mind. What's everybody been up to today? Yeah, okay. Let's just get rid of that channel. We got, yeah. Hello, XOXO Rocks. Meow. Oh goodness, why am I doing that? What am I like? Anyway, are we all right tonight? And we meet again. Welcome in, Sahil. How you doing tonight? Hope you had a great day. Welcome in, people. I've already got a dislike on my video, apparently. Whatever, can't please everybody, can I, How far is Manchester from your place? Probably about an hour and a half. Is it true that you get arrested in England for comments on social? You can get arrested on social, for putting posts on social media, because they deem it as hate speech or whatever, or inciting violence. It's just getting a bit ridiculous now, isn't it? Like, the freedoms and people's, rights to all that yeah. Thank you, Othello. How you doing tonight? Hope you've had a good weekend, everybody. Welcome in here. Yeah, what's everybody up to? Yeah. Why am I getting a dislike on my video? It's probably some hater, But they say that if you're getting haters, then you're doing something right, I like your accent, but I struggle with the Scottish one. Yeah, I'm not Scottish. I'm from Northern England, which isn't too far from Scotland, but yeah, people seem to oftentimes get my accent confused with Scottish. Your handsome face just made my morning. Oh, thank you. Anyway, is everyone all right tonight then? Hope you've had a great day. Yeah, hit that like button if you don't mind. That would be really appreciated. So, yeah. What shall we talk about tonight then? So it seems like whenever I talk about religion and stuff like that, that gets a lot of people debating. Like, if I ask people, why do they believe in God? What is your number one evidence? Let's have that. Let's hear what your number one evidence is. Golden says the stuff the trolls come out with is the very 2000s internet culture. Yeah, it's like the 2000s rung. They want their memes back or something. Hello, DL Nerd. How you doing? Upper English, just south of the Hadrian Mall. Not quite that far up. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking that if there is a God, then he probably isn't a very good guy. That's how I see it. I've got a like on that video now, at least. Hello, user. How you doing? I hope you're well tonight. Hit that like button, everybody. Marky B, how you doing? Welcome in. Nice to meet you all. What's your name, user? I'm a Gump. You mean Trump? I'm Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump. I'm the president of United States of America. I'm going to invade Greenland. That's what would be so tremendous. Going to take all of its resources. Don't speak, your accent sound like whatever. That's, Hi, first time to lose. Hi, Boiling Frog, welcome back. How are you tonight? Hope you've had a good day. Grain says, I seriously think you should... Okay, I don't even know what the hell that is. You keep going on about that, but I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Seriously. Seriously, what are you on about? Seriously. Oh, goodness. Thank you for the 9 likes, everybody. Yeah, share the live out if you can. Hi, Dylan Boyd. Seriously. All people in the house, welcome in. How you doing? You okay, everybody? I studied at Lancaster University here in England for 3 years to become a mockler miser. Yeah, whatever. I often come back to one quote, God sees the truth, but wait, I myself is unsure of God's existence. Yeah, I know. It's like, where is the evidence of that, you know? Why can't I see God? Hi, L-Dog. Good to see you again. How have you been? Did you have a good day today then? Hope all is well with you. Why don't you take your mocklerizing entrance exam and see if you pass? I'm only trying to help. What is going on with this person, eh? I'm good, bro. That's good to hear. Is Gravity Core back on again soon, or? You can't see him because you're eyeless. Who's eyeless? I don't know. Anyway, hit that like button, everybody. Thank you. Subscribe if you're new. Right. So, hello, Sam Johnson. Did the cream work? What cream? What cream are you talking about? What are you on about? What is going on here, eh? Yeah, hit like, you noobs. Yeah. They're noobs. Yeah, noobs. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Thanks for 11 likes, everybody. What are you talking about? Who's eyeless? I remember there was a song by Slipknot called Eyeless. That's what it makes me think of. Eyeless. Hello, Syed. Breakup motivation, brother, please. What, have you just had a breakup or something? Well, just try and, level up, become better, and find somebody new. There's plenty more fish out there, you know. But remember, the better you are, the more chances that you have of succeeding with, and it might be even a better person than who you was with, you know. Then you'll easily be able to move on and just kind of, just level up, try and, whether that's go to the gym, whether that's study, to do something to level up, and don't buy what you're on about. That's one of my favourite tracks on it, especially the beginning. Oh yeah, I remember Bring Me the Horizon did a cover of it, didn't they? They covered it, which did seem a little bit out of place for like a kind of deathcore album, but yeah. Hello, Deza Pizzo. How you doing? Hello, Death Income. What is going on here? You're welcome, Syed. Yeah, are we alright, everybody? Hope you've all had a good day. Hello, Ferrari version. Bugattis are better than Ferraris. I drive 30 Bugattis. I could buy 100 Ferraris for 30 Bugattis. Ferraris are brokey's cars. Oh, really, Syed? Good luck. Hello. Okay. Speedy Cheeto, hello. No, I wouldn't do that. Here we go. With these comments there. Thank you, Sam Johnson. Bonjour. Bonjour, monsieur. Did a little bits of French in school. Fixed design, how you doing? Some people use the sink to wash their hands. Others looked at it and said, aim high, dream bigger. What the hell? You'd need a cigar to complete the Andrew Tate cosplay. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, actually, another thing you could do is just this thing with your hands trying to look like you're some friggin' Freemasonic cult leader or something. I don't know. Hello, Robin. My old... okay, whatever. Hello, Stepan. I don't know what that means. What is the colour of a purple mosquito? No, whatever. These comments are just so stupid. Okay. Hello, Annie. Welcome back. Why do men do that? What are you on about this thing? It's like they're in the Illuminati or something and doing the whole kind of, you know what I mean? Like they're part of the secret societies. Hello, garbage culprit. Not particularly. I think that there should be some more controls on migration, to be honest. Nigel Farage, MP, unofficial. I'm okay, thank you. How you doing? Hello, Gemma Aiden. Sorry, what was you saying? What you mean? What? I'm sorry if I missed your comment. Where is it? Hang on. You haven't seen... You're great. grandmother, but you are 100% certain she existed while you don't have empirical evidence for it. I mean, what you're saying because it's based on faith or something that... I mean, I think that's kind of like a bit different, I would say. Though Rex, some of the troll comments could be bots due to them sounding gibberish. Yeah, people are saying they're bots, but I'm like, I don't know. Toughman96 says, hello Joe, did someone say independence? No, no one said that. No, I don't think so. Because the only opinion that makes sense, I swear, some people just hate their nation/countries. Why should we put foreigners first when we have people struggling, suffering here? That's it. We've got like people on the streets here, haven't we? But yet do you know how much they're like, you know how much they're paying to house illegals? Hello Georgie. Hello J Wrong. How is that different? You use your logic. Can nothing create something? What are you saying? I'm not saying nothing can create something. I don't know how or why this is here. Maybe the universe has always existed, you know? Maybe there is no beginning, but I'm just saying that your version of God, like, I don't have any evidence for it. Like, all I'm going off is like some book that's just kind of written, and we don't know what the intention was behind why it was written. Whereas, because the same with my great-grandmother, there's actually pictures with my grandmother in, that actually have her. So I would consider that as sort of like empirical evidence. I mean, so, and even if there wasn't, I would probably trust that, you know, why would they lie about that? Why would they lie about? I mean, of course you have to have a grandmother that existed or something, because, well, if you have a great grandmother, your great grandmother existed because she had to have existed in order to have your grandmother. So really, really just bad, you know, kind of, yeah, comparison there, I would say. Hello, Echo. Emma, yes, I do remember you. The ICE situation in the USA is very nerve-wracking now. It might go full circle to authoritarian state if they're deciding to target civilians without a proper motive. Yeah. Things are just getting wild. Hello, Jimmy. Okay. Maybe you had two father. I mean, but you still had to have had a mother of the child or something, right? A birthing mother, I mean, you are the evidence. Did you create yourself, or do you think randomness can create something that has complexity and goal? Maybe things become more complex over time, like through evolution, and you probably just deny evolution, will you? I'm just wondering, do you deny evolution? Do you deny, you know, sort of Darwinian evolution? Just wondering what you think about that. Yeah. No, go away, Alex. You know, if you're just gonna like come in here and just try and... I'm from the UK, Mahi student. Where are you from? Yeah. Welcome in here, everybody. Nice to meet you all. Share the live out if you can, everybody. Oh, Sylvester Stallone, okay. Yeah, whatever. What is this? What does it look like, Daniel? We're just here talking right now. So, I've always thought of evolution being more about adaptation. But the thing is, right, there's a stupid argument that they try and use where they say, oh, if evolution didn't happen, then why are there still monkeys? Well, that's because we all come from a common ancestor, and we didn't come from actual monkeys. We come from other apes that were also around back in, say, like, 50 million years ago, whatever. But they all died out, basically, because they didn't adapt to their environment. So, but there's actually, like, bone records of in-between species, between ape to human. So I think we have evidence that, yeah, can a brick create over time a building? It goes for simplistic to complex over time. This is not possible. You must have a will, power, intelligence. Well, maybe consciousness itself is the creator. Maybe there isn't anything external where it's like this kind of separate to us. Maybe humanity itself is the architect of it. It's just, I keep an open mind. I have my own kind of thoughts on things. Oh yeah, I've heard about the megalodon. Yeah, that was like huge shark that went extinct. Yeah. Humanity didn't exist eternally. Well, but you believe a God existed eternally though, right? We were created by an intelligent force put here to mine gold. Yeah. I'm just saying, who is this God? Is this God evil? Why is there evil in this world? Oh, but blah, blah, blah. Maybe we just kind of spontaneously come about and then over time... I mean, I'm just saying that I have other theories and you're just basing things off faith. Like, why can't God come talk to you if there's a God out there? I mean, as in, like, actually come and, reveal himself and not just some kind of vague subjective experience that people have that could just be some kind of psychosis or something. Hello, Shadow Fiend, how you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Like, I'm just saying that I don't agree with because if there is a God, then I would not want to worship that God, because it's a God that I feel like is not worthy of worship. It sounds more like the devil to me, really, but hello, Dozman. So what about in heaven, right? So on earth, right, they say, oh, evil exists on earth. Evil has to exist for good to exist. So what about in heaven? Does that continue to exist in heaven, right? This is a question that was brought up the other day. What happens when you go to heaven? Does that suddenly mean that evil doesn't have to exist anymore? Thank you for subscribing, Dolzman. If you think of it, Christianity presents situations like challenges like resistance, okay? But why does any of that need to happen though? Why do we need to have all this suffering in the world? Like, what the fuck is it all for? Why do African children need to suffer in starvation and all that? What the fuck is the point of that? Why do they need to go through all that? I find it funny when people say God sent down a revelation but can't come down as it will not benefit God. Even sending revelation is a limitation according to me. What do you mean? Oh, you have a YouTube channel, do you? Jama Eden says, so who grant you your parents, your eyes, your heart, your life? We are not ungrateful. Okay. 82 Bing says that's called human free will. But isn't that corrupt then if you're allowing humans to be evil to each other? Does that not make him just as bad for allowing it? Like, for example, if I allowed somebody to unalive somebody, I would just be as bad. But I could be like, oh, I'm just going to act like God and just let them do it, Oh, let them make those decisions and do it. I'm not going to intervene. So then, if God won't intervene because of free will, why the fuck should I then? So if I see someone about to pull a trigger on somebody, for example, or pull out a knife, I'm not going to bother intervening. No, because that's free will, you see? Not everyone will be accounted for their own deeds. Allah has created hell and paradise. yeah, that's my free will apparently. But does that not make God a psycho if he's gonna, just give people the free will, so he's then gonna punish people if they fuck up and whatever? Hello, Guts, but it is a very successful. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Hit that like button, everybody. What's bullshit? Sorry. Is my comment showing? I don't know. The devil was reptilian hybrid. I don't know. No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the point. There's choice. But why allow there to be such evil in the world, though? Because if it stops there being evil and bad in the world, then maybe having such choices shouldn't be a thing then. Why does having free will have to exist then if it means bad people are allowed to do bad things, without, sort of, what I mean? I couldn't hear the audio. Okay, Black Wolf official. Hello, Madda. Even if God is a psycho, doesn't mean you shouldn't worship him. I don't want to worship a psycho, do I? Why do you look like a serial... Okay. Shadow Fiend says, my friend just had a near-death experience and he said he was literally watching himself from outside his body. Yeah, I've heard about things like that where people have had some mad experiences. Now, some are saying that when you're in that situation, there's still some activity going on in the brain, and that causes some DMT release, and they have like a sort of hallucination type of experience. So that might explain why people have near-death experiences, because this is a form they need feed from our negative energy. Then we reincarnated and begin more hardships. I've heard about that thing called the soul trap matrix. Some people believe that that's what happens in a near-death experience, that you keep on reincarnating, and that if you don't go to the light, then you free yourself from the soul trap matrix. But who the fuck put us here then? Who the fuck put us into this soul trap matrix to begin with then, is the question. Is it fucking Satan then or something, or some kind of, like, what the fuck, this is, But then someone said the other day, well, maybe it is a soul trap matrix if you believe it to be. So it's one of those crazy theories, and yeah, that's why there's heaven and hell. Humans' free will decide where they end up. But doesn't that make God bad if he's going to create free will, so he's then going to punish people in hell? So what is hell? Is it eternity, or is it just, there's like to make a creation that he knows is going to condemn some of them to hell? How is that love? Isn't that just bitterness and just spitefulness or whatever? Like, you don't want to worship a psycho. What choice do you have if he decides if you have eternal suffering, mate? Well, I just don't think that they exist. I don't think that God exists, so I'm not going to worship something that I don't think exists. I mean, it's our choice if we respect his house. Okay. No, I'm not going to end the stream no matter how much somebody donates. Seventh Heaven Dimension S. Like, your decision to not worship him is your free will. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Name. Hit the like button, subscribe, thank you. So, I have just so many questions about, like, why is it that all this evil is allowed? Why is it that we have all this suffering, blah, blah, blah. Your loss, whatever. But yeah, I just like sort of, I don't take bribes and stuff, so, yeah. Well, if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, hit that like button. 16 likes, thank you. I would have taken $100. Well, nah. I mean, there's no guarantee I would have even got the $100 anyway. I don't know about God, but I'm sure of one thing, that Earth isn't the only place where humans live. So you think that there's humans beyond Earth? I remember I used to think that like the government had already colonized Mars or something in secret, like some kind of secret space program that they, I mean, for all we know, that could be what's going on, and we don't know what's out there. We don't know if they have secret technology that they're, sending to fucking Mars, for all we know. Fuck knows what's going on there. I don't know what's going on out there. But the government's so secretive. Fuck knows what they're up to, I was an atheist and I didn't need to see God, but to see the devil's plan around us to realize God exists. How do you know it's devil's plan? Okay, whatever. Have you read any of the Bible or been to a church? I mean, why? Did you... Fuck off. Alright, our concept of good only exists because evil exists. Without evil, there would be no way to differentiate any actions from each other. Nothing would be outstanding. So for that reason then, the devil isn't a bad guy because it's a necessary evil. Therefore, is there any reason to punish such a thing if it's a necessary thing in the universe or something? Hi Kiwi. What you mean? What you on about? I don't know who you are. Rastal, how you doing? Go away. Fucking trolls. Get rid of all them. What's the best thing? Here we go. It's the required thing to have free will. Evil must exist, therefore God exists. I don't know how you come to conclude that, but... So does evil exist in heaven then? What exists in heaven? Does evil exist there too? Hello Harshad, how you doing? Hello Love Hope, how's it going? So does evil exist in heaven as well? Because if you say evil has to exist for good to exist, then does it exist in heaven? I love watching your streams, you're amazing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you're new here, hit subscribe, hit the like, and share the live out if you can. Do I have cats? No, I don't. Rudella. It's what requires balance and free will, not heaven. Only here we need evil and good. So why don't you need it in heaven then and only here? Then therefore this place is torture then, I would argue. And who would create such a place? If it's not necessary in heaven, why does it need to happen on earth? Why put people through constant suffering? Isn't that some kind of, sadist? It's a test. So why is it that some people are tested harder? Like, why would you have to put people through a test like that? Why do they deserve that? Why do people deserve to go through suffering? There's people that go through suffering in, say, like, in very poor countries who are, they're through no fault of their own, yet you get people who are privileged, How would you say you deal with your neurodivergence? How do you know? How do you know I am neurodivergent? Also, what I find funny is people say, according to logic, God needs to all-knowing, all-powerful, blah, blah. But my question is, logic set by whom? Humans. That's circular reasoning. Exactly. I just keep on, poking holes in their logic all the time. But then they come up with more BS. Like when I say stuff like, and they say, oh, it's a test, but it's like, why does it need to be a test? Why does this place... Because I remember, when I was talking to my mate about this, and he had some lengthy, thing talking about, why does God create a world like this? Why is there all this... Why does there need to be all this suffering?
Why can't it just be eternal bliss? Why force people to go through a test? Isn't that like a very, sadistic thing? If heaven is pure bliss, why the constant need to suffer? It's just, there's just too many holes for me to really get on board with all that. I don't know. It's all confusing to me, really. Maybe I should make some video where I, put some questions to them and stuff. So, how do you contest the proof of Jesus and history's accounts of him and his miracles? Do you just deny it? Well, things like parting the Red Sea, I just think, well, how the fuck is that possible? Was that even real? I mean, reject their system. If I wasn't around to see it, then it's like I'm not going to just deny science and believe in something that is like that is just completely, that to me that would be like science denial and reject what system? Sorry. Like to me you would have to deny science in order to believe in these magic tricks. I'm talking about historians that have proved it. What have they proved? It's all exaggeration. Yeah, the belief of religion really just comes down to whether Jesus was resurrected. But then, can they prove that though? It's like, no one was around to witness it, so, I mean, none of you here were around to witness it. I love that you're curious and inquisitive. Keep researching philosophy and epistemology. You will know there is a God. It's a necessary prerequisite to even begin having a consistent framework. Well, maybe the question is, who is God? And because you could say that there's a God, but then who is it? Am I God? Or am I a part of God? Someone put weak. Well, let's see you do it then. I'm talking about this video. So someone said I'm weak because I did 3 wide pull-ups or something. So I'll put as a response, upload a short of you doing more than me. Let's see how you do. But I don't know why these people need to be like, toxic like that when this person has a channel of their own or something, Nature wildness. They've got some shorts out or something, but why do they feel the need to, say shit like that, I mean, I don't think most guys can even do a single pull-up, so, So if they want to say that I'm weak, then they're probably just projecting, Okay, hi, Rostom. Revival says, our feeble minds cannot comprehend what God is. Maybe God is us, is what I'm saying. Who knows? The best jokes are those that have a clear victim, true or false. I mean, it's one of those can be like funny as long as you don't single people out and kind of storyteller magician. Okay, here we go. I mean, like I said, our brains can not only comprehend so much. I just feel like when people are saying about a God is that they're personifying something that cannot be personified, I don't think. So, like I said, I keep an open mind and be inquisitive, but I just feel like that the biblical version of it does not make sense. Hello, King William Conqueror. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. All right, let me put it this way. All systems of knowledge need a single invisible indivisible, transcendent factor to bind them all together in one framework, and that same factor bestows humans with knowledge. Okay, I don't know what you mean, but I don't quite understand what you're saying. Anyway, thank you for the likes, everybody. So, what is God, though? Some magical fucking thing that no one can even sort of see or experience or whatever. Hope you all had a good day anyway. People believe that they'll just magically go to heaven or hell or whatever, depending on how they live their life. Like there's some magical force out there that gets to decide what our fate is and whatever. Hey, do you ever... okay, whatever. Why are you asking that? We're from another star system. Remember the thing called panspermia, which is a theory that humans have come from another star or something, or another planet. I mean, far away. Some like, okay. I don't know. So yeah, let's see if this person will, like, you know, do more pull-ups or something, because if they're saying that I'm weak or whatever, then they should probably fucking do better. Also, I'm quite a tall guy, so the fact that I could even rep 3 out was, like, well above average, even, you know, without taking into account my height. Like, let's see, what percentage of men can do a pull-up? Let's have a look and see what it says. So this is 1 pull-up, just to put things into perspective here. Yeah, let's have a look. Certainly, okay, whatever, the real Okinami. This is what it says. Approximately 30% of men can perform at least 1 strict pull-up, while this number varies based on age and fitness level, with higher percentages, 60 to 70% among active individuals. A significant majority of the general population, around 70%, cannot perform a single full range pull-up. So, yeah. So the fact that I could do multiple pull-ups puts me probably in like the top 10% of fitness. So, yeah. What are you saying about don't let heighten your ego? What are you talking about? What's a good starting point? What are you talking about? Just go away, big C. You know? What the hell is going on? We get lower back pain later in life because this planet has a higher gravity pull than where we belong. I mean, yeah, I mean, if we had, like, less gravity, then we'd be, like, floating. I mean, it'd be great if we could just float around, and, yeah, gravity is a force that you could say limits us in a way. Like, just so much about this planet is very adverse. Yeah, I'm, like, 6'4". Why? When we talk about God, okay, what do you want to talk about God? What an intellectual guy this is. Are you being for real, George, or are you just trying to be snarky or something? No comments or likes, is this what you're saying? Just go away. You know, I'm just going to get rid of you, you know? Why don't you just go and mind your own fucking business? God's sake. What is wrong with these people, eh? Have they got nothing better to do? Keep going on about my clothes. Like, what is wrong with you? Just leave me alone, you know. Just trying to have a chat here and you just... I played your... I don't know what you were saying. I don't know. Because some people are just trying to come in here and be snarky and be like, what an intellectual guy this is. Because a lot of people just come in and be snarky. I'm just saying a lot of people are. It's just... I don't know. Okay. We need protection from the sun. Yeah, everything about this earth is just, like I said, the fact that we need to eat all the time, the fact that we need to drink all the time, the fact that we need to breathe all the time, especially, you know. But you can go, you know, some people were saying, like, this is probably like an average thing, right? 3 minutes without breathing, 3 days without drinking, and 3 weeks without eating. Any longer than that, most people would probably die. This place is fucked. The fact that, you know, it's like we need to do so much to just stay alive. You know, the fact that we have to do so much to stay alive, you know. That we have to just, you know, you question everything, you like, the body's so fragile, you know. It's like you cut yourself, and then you could just end up bleeding, and, you know, it's like, this body is kind of fucked. It's just, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Human babies are helpless. In the animal kingdom, they're up and about from the beginning. Yeah. It's yeah, so I get what you're saying, that it seems like we're not even meant to be here. It's like, because a lot of animals, they don't really get sunburned, do they? But you could say it's because humans started wearing clothes and stuff, and then they lost, you know, they started losing their body hair, so maybe that's what happened is, HXMZZXX, oh yeah, I've thought about that actually. Real Yukadon, how's it going? Hope you're well tonight. Unknown practitioner, how you doing? What is going on in here? Okay, what's with these comments? Just go away. Yeah. Anyway. All these trolls that are just trying to mess around there. Bubba says, no, why do people keep saying these things? Are they all bots or something? I mean, are these just a bunch of bots coming into my lives? Like, just... Hamster says, how much he lift? You mean how much do I lift? Depends on the type of lift that you do, right? My maximum deadlift I did a while ago, I was 170 kilograms. Hi, Coro. Hi, how you doing? Is it night? Yes, it is. Oh, thank you, HXMZZXX. What's your name? I don't know. Probably trolls. And think being LGBTQ friendly is an insult. Well, they probably just think it's just a way to trigger people or something, because people can get a bit sort of people can get a bit funny about that, you know. Especially if somebody is part of that, that might really, you know, be offensive to them, because so these people just don't care, do they? They're just kind of like, they're just looking for a reaction. And they don't care what they have to do to get it. It's just pathetic. Anyway, it is what it is, so let's just have a go at this. What's the joke? What you saying? I thought you was alright then, and now what you saying? It's called the joke, you little twig. Huh? What's the joke? Yeah. It's okay, whatever. I don't know. Practicing for later tonight. Okay. Hi, Ryan. What is going on here? Here we go again. Groundhog Day. Same shit, different day. Anyway. Looks like the subscribers have not really gone up, so yeah. Yeah, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, guys. Alright. Yeah, keep the chat flowing, everybody. Hi, Joseph. Bottle of water. Hello, Carl. Good to see you. How you doing? How have you been? Yeah, hope you've had a great day today. Have you been doing anything on your channel lately? Yeah. Real Yukadon said I subscribed. Yeah, didn't you subscribe the other day? I am gay in the happy way. George says Jesus is the only way. Okay, well, that's your opinion. That's what you want to think. Joseph says, are you British? Yes, I am. Hello, pen and paper. Oh, thank you. Rohan is really looking... Okay, what is going on? Hello, QZ Mei Chuan. How you doing tonight? Hope you're well. Welcome in. Share the live out if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Alright. Doing the plane video. Oh yeah, you love your planes, don't you? Oh yeah. What's the evidence of what? Hang on. Oh yeah, on about Jesus and all that. Yeah, it's just they just bring up a bunch of like vague things that cannot be empirically proven, and then they try to make some kind of weird analogies for things a lot of the time. Saying stuff, oh well, you can't empirically prove that your great-grandmother existed. I mean, what are you talking about? Yeah, I know, it's like a lot of the British food isn't the greatest, to be honest, is it? Let's face it, eh? Since you're British, I want to tell you today is Republic Day in India. Oh, really? Hello, all about menace. Good day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. I feel like the whole God debate pretty much got played out online by 2011. Yeah. So what happened there then? Hello, Hamster, but there's still a lot of people that believe in God for some reason. It's just, I guess they'll always believe in that. Hamster says, how old are you? I'm 30 years old. Doom scrolling is so fun. Doom scrolling is great. It's so tremendous. Hang on, I could put like a... What's this effect sticker thing? I don't really want to bother with all that, do I? Let's forget that. What else could we do on the live? We've got, what is it? Stickers. We've got poll. We've got Q&A. What Q&A shall we do? Favorite film. Let's have that then. Film/movie, I guess, because some Americans, I guess, there we go. Try and get some interaction going on. Right. Joseph says America's the best. America's the best. It's the greatest. America is tremendous. And we're going to take Greenland and make America even more tremendous. It's going to be the 51st state. Hello, Giselle. How you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome in here. No problem with God, but the temptation to respond to a faulty argument is strong. Yeah. It's like, yeah, sometimes you feel like, why would I even bother responding when it's just so blatantly just like obviously false. It's like, it's just like pulling teeth, isn't it, with some things? It's like, where do you go with it? I mean, like I said, I'm not someone who's an atheist per se. I'm an open-minded person, and for all we know, it could be in a fucking simulation, you know? There's all kinds of possibilities I ponder. But I don't see anything compelling enough for me to become a Christian or a Muslim or anything like that. Or hello, KHR, how you doing? I am also open-minded. Yeah, that's it, you know. I don't put myself into any pigeonhole or anything like that. Thanksgiving is delicious. Oh, really? Good for you. Is that I don't know. It was like talking, favorite film / movie. So yeah, let's maybe talk about that, shall we? I don't know. Any ones that you want to watch? You like British food? I mean, some people might like British food, like Sunday dinners and whatever kind of thing that's like British. Bangers and mash. Christian is the most peaceful religion, says KHR. Wouldn't you say maybe something like Buddhism or Hinduism or something like that is more peaceful? I don't know. But some argue they're not like proper religions or something. What are your plans with Greenland? My plan is to take over and make lots of resorts. There's like 50,000 people there. We're gonna probably add 2 digits to that. We have 5 million people on Greenland. It's a very huge place. It's the largest island in the world, so it's like the largest island country. It's no fake news. It's gonna be ours. It's gonna be ours for the taking. Thanksgiving dinner stems from Sunday roast. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I have your... Okay, the cry baby is me. Hello, Yugit. How you doing tonight? I hope you're well. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. Share the live out if you can. Anyway, the hand movements are killing me. Oh, yeah. I'm not a supporter of Trump now. No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of any of these politicians that we have. When is something an island versus a continent? I guess the definitions are arbitrary. This is where I was confused about, like with Australia, because I thought Australia was a island nation, but then they say it's a continent. So how is that true? Because Australia, it's called Australasia. That's the name of the continent, right? Australasia or Oceania. Australia is a country within a continent. So how is it not an island? Maybe someone can explain to me that. I don't get it. Can anyone maybe explain why it's the continent is Australasia. It's more than just Australia. That's what I was saying. Let's see what they say. Why isn't Australia a continent? So you got New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. It says, yes, Australia is considered both a country and the smallest of the 7 traditional continents. It is the only country in the world that covers an entire continent, comprising the mainland, the island of Tasmania, and other smaller surrounding islands. It is part of the broader geographic region called Oceania. No, Australasia is the name of the continent. Australia is a country. What are they talking about? Like Papua New Guinea and New Zealand are part of that, as also some of the other islands as well. So what are they talking about? Let's see. Is Oceania a continent? Let's see what it says about that. So it says it's not a continent. So, let's put Australasia then. Australasia. What? I mean, 'cause I've always thought of Oceania as a continent. So it says yes. Oh, sorry, no, it's Australia. What about Australasia? I mean, why is it? It's called a sub-region. So why is it not a continent? I mean, it's all very confusing, isn't it? Like, what the hell? Hello, John Joe. I always thought of, like we'll get taught about all the continents as Australasia, not Australia. Australia is a country. So what about all these other countries? So they don't come as part of a continent then? What the fuck is that about? Because I would be like, oh, well, New Zealand is part of Australasia or Oceania as part of that continent. So, yeah, I don't understand that. Because I would have said Australia is the biggest biggest island in the world. But then they say no because it's a continent. I'm like, what? Let's have a look and maybe this is some Mandela effect or some shit because let's see, Australasia. Hang on, let's have a look a second. Let's see if that's Australasia is a continent. Mandela effect. Let's see if anyone's, I don't know, it's a confusing thing really. It's a Mandela effect about something, I don't know. The one here, Oceania is a continent. Most people think Australia is it says, I think technically Australasia refers to a region rather than a continent. Oceania, I am fully convinced, is a Mandela effect. I mean, I'm just confused about this shit, Like, it's like a Mandela effect or something. Like, I'm sure like it's supposed to be a continent. That Australasia is a continent. That's what I've always thought of it as anyway. So that could be some false memory or something of it being a continent that my brain's just made up. But it's just confusing. Why wouldn't you call... So what the hell is in New Zealand? Does that mean New Zealand is not part of any continent? I don't get it. Annie. So, can anyone explain this to me? Because I'm like, how is Australia a continent when Australia is a country? I mean, there's other countries within Australasia, the region, but why call that it? I mean, I don't know, but someone was saying it's because of tectonic plates or something. I don't know. Eurasia isn't continent too. What do you mean? Eurasia's split up into Europe and Asia or something. Octane says, what are you on about? I don't know. Don't know what the hell's going on here. So, I believe it's the largest landmass on the tectonic plate. But isn't that still then technically an island then? I mean, let's have a look and see about, is New Zealand on the same is it the same tectonic plate as Australia? So have a look at this. So it says it's not or something. So it's something about an Australian plate, and someone was saying that's what makes Australia a continent or something, because it's, I mean, I just don't understand how you can have a country as like a continent as well. Because I've always thought of Australasia or Oceania as a continent. Or Clover. I don't know. It's just all a very confusing one, because normally you wouldn't have a single country as a continent. like, it's just a very confusing one. There's some confusing things in nature, I guess, like how a tomato is a fruit, even though people would not really associate it as such. Like, people would probably think of tomato as more of a vegetable. I guess you could argue that they're all technically vegetables because it's vegetation. It's, you know what I mean? They're all plants. They're all made from plants. But, tomato is a berry. Yeah, technically it is. In fact, grapes are also berries. Yeah, because they have, like, the way that they have their seeds inside them and stuff. Countries are determined by politics. Continents are determined by... You mean geology, are you saying? Vegetable is a culinary term, not a botanical term. Well, you got botanical fruits, as in, like, you know, if they are seed bearing, is what happens. If it contains seeds, then it's technically a fruit. So things like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, pumpkins, that kind of stuff, they're all technically classed as fruit, even though they often aren't associated as such. They're associated more, like, for example, tomatoes would be put in a salad. They won't be put in a fruit salad, you know? Australasia is part of the region which includes NZ, which is a part of Oceania, which includes Polynesia and Micronesia. But is it, they were saying because it's not on the same tectonic plate or something, because they were saying it's the tectonic plates that determine what continent they are or something. That was Sean Twed. Yeah, because I was really confused, because I remember there was a question that came up, what is the largest island in the world? And I would have put Australia, but it come up as Greenland. But the thing is, there is actually on some maps a distorted version that actually makes Greenland look bigger than Australia, but it's all very distorted, and it gives the illusion that Greenland is bigger, but it's all just stretched out. But Greenland is actually nowhere near as big as Australia. All those things are in 4 different groups botanically. They're all classed as fruit, and botanically they are classed as fruit. Let's have a look at the definition of a fruit then. So, if we're going to argue about that, fruit definition. I mean, there is different, like, definitions, I guess, but like, you've got the botanical definition and the culinary definition. So here we've got a fruit is the mature, ripened ovary of a flowering plant containing a seed or seeds. Botanically, it is the seed-bearing structure in angiosperms formed from the ovary after flowering. While commonly defined as sweet, edible, fleshy plant structures, culinary definition, fruits also include dry structures like nuts and pods. So you've got the botanical definition, then you've got the culinary, which is, you know, sweet, sour, whatever. But anyway, I digress. But yeah. But people start arguing over semantics and stuff, and it just gets a bit, you know, can get a bit ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, the ovaries of plants, so they'll be like kind of. Some argue that the only part of the plant that's meant to be eaten, because it's like it wants to be eaten, because how they'll produce the fruit and they actually drop. So it's like it's wanting to be eaten because to disperse the seeds, basically. So, like, for example, you have berries, and then the birds will eat them, and then they would poop out the seed, and then it would be a way of dispersing it. That's how they disperse to grow more, basically.
So it all has to do with this symbiotic relationship with nature.
Yeah, an animal will want to eat it and run off and poop somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a way of dispersing it. This is where some of the arguments for like fruitarianism. Now, I'm not like totally on board with it, but some argue that fruit is a food that has zero negative karma and has positive karma. But the thing is, if you ate just fruit, it would be hard to get enough food, I reckon, and you might be deficient in certain nutrients. Hello, why can't Tory read? Yes, I'm a British. Yeah, Mexican. Oh yeah, dandelion. Yeah. Well, you can eat the whole of a dandelion, but yeah, some argue that like fruit is the food that actually we're supposed to be eating. Like if you look at like our ancestors, like what is it? Like apes, they would actually eat a lot of fruit. Like they would when fruit was plentiful, they would probably just eat mostly fruit. But when in times of the year where fruit wasn't so available, they would eat other things. They would eat probably a lot of things like green vegetables. They would eat things like bugs sometimes, and whatever they could get basically to survive on. There's even in sort of like rare instances where they would actually hunt other apes, but their preferred food, I believe, is fruit in a lot of cases. I mean, it's just one of the most kind of, it's like one of the easiest digesting foods for the body. It's just passes through quite quickly. So, hello, Vienna 6. You're a vegan and a stoic, says Mark Johnson. Oh yeah. So I was talking about the fruit diet, but like I was saying, I don't know if you could do a pure fruit diet. Is because I think that there's benefits to other foods, and you would be missing out on a lot of stuff if you only ate fruit. I don't know how that would really be possible. But yeah, because there's a lot of vegetables that have benefits. There's a lot of even things like mushrooms. They have benefits as well. So I don't think eating a diet purely of fruit, but maybe a more fruit-based diet might be more optimal potentially if you can afford it or you can get your hands on it. Ideally, you could grow your own and you can get like a year's supply of it or whatever, and yeah, balanced. But some would argue a more fruit-based diet might be better in terms of digestion and just feeling energetic. Fruit is quite easy on the digestive system, whereas some of the like starchier foods are harder on the digestive system and take longer and can so there's arguments for like, you know, but like as in I guess it depends on, because you could say because we learnt to cook food, then a lot of these starchier foods they can break down easier. So it probably applies more to sort of when we had no access to like cooking food, then fruit would have been a more kind of go-to, I guess, because of how easy it is on the digestive system. Yeah, mushrooms are good. I'll pray. Hi, why can't Tori read? An optimal diet, financially, nutritionally, would be rice and navy beans. You could survive on that for a while before you die. Yeah, true. Yeah, a lot of that's quite cheap. So rice is a good one. Also things like lentils and stuff like that. But yeah, but it's just,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people aren't really eating a very natural diet nowadays. Fixed design, what you're saying? Oh, really? Are you on about films? Yeah. Yeah, just, but talking about, like what foods want to be eaten and stuff. But there is benefits to a lot of vegetables. Like there's things like milk thistle, for example, has a lot of health benefits. Also things like, what else? Things like beetroot, for example. I think you'd probably be missing out on a lot of foods if you only ate fruit, really. So, maybe it's worth, kind of looking into some of this stuff. I mean, I was looking into like beetroot juice and the potential benefits for people who have certain conditions like high blood pressure, perhaps. Beetroot juice effects on, let's have a look, on blood pressure. So electrolytes are good for exercise. Yeah. Okay, Rob James, thank you. Yeah. Right. So beetroot juice can lower blood pressure due to its high nitrate content, which the body converts to nitric oxide, relaxing blood vessels and improving blood flow, with studies showing reductions in systolic and diastolic blood pressure, sometimes significantly within hours, but it's best as part of a healthy diet, not a sole cure, and you should talk to a doctor if on medication. So it talks about things like vasodilation and stuff like that. Hello, Mayuru. Vienna 6 says, I use beetroot to lower blood pressure. So that helps you, does it? Because I told my mum to try and get on it because she's been getting a lot of high blood pressure. But she said she noticed some kind of effects more on like her breathing. As in, like, what it can also do is if you get out of breath a lot, it might help with that because it just helps you be more efficient with like oxygen, because if we have low levels of nitric oxide, then we're not actually getting proper oxygenation. Some people also talk about nose breathing and humming as a way to improve that as well. So if you're ever feeling like you're high in, like, blood pressure, resting, so when you're resting, maybe to try and kind of, just do a lot of humming and stuff like that. I've heard of pineapple. Is that the bromelain? I've heard pineapple is high in bromelain. Is that what it is that is helping with that or something? The endangered gorilla, how you doing? Free guy, never heard of it. Hi Stargazer, good to see you. So just talking a bit about like natural health and stuff like that, and talking about beetroot for blood pressure. So there was someone the other week that was saying that someone that supposedly is a medical doctor or something, who said that beetroot only works for something else, but it's like, but I'm like, where is your proof? And then most of the studies I've found that there seems to be a positive effect of beetroot supplementation on high blood pressure. So these are all like things like PubMed journals and stuff like that, official studies that actually back up what I say. And there's mechanisms behind it, like nitric oxide is a vasodilator. I think this is why, if you're doing like intense exercise, you might find yourself, really like breathing heavy. It's a way, like when you're going, when you're doing that, you're actually creating more nitric oxide when you're doing that. When you're going like, so it's kind of like you're humming in a sense. So it's almost like we do it like unconsciously. It's like the body has its ways of being efficient, but they reckon that if you're an advanced athlete that you might not benefit or not as much from beetroot, but for people that have certain health problems where they struggle, or if they're just recreationally fit people, that they might benefit somewhat from it. Yeah, my mate's mum claims to be okay. What the hell? That is a fucked up thing. Pineapple, blueberries, nuts, apple, and vitamin C. Yeah. I've heard that vitamin C is meant to help with nitric oxide as well, apparently, because it's more to do with preventing it from oxidizing or something like that. I could be wrong, as in not oxidizing, but it prevents the breakdown of nitric oxide. Or I could be wrong with that. American Swede, hello. Stargazer says, I make fermented ginger bug and add that to shop bought beetroot juice, then let it ferment for 3 days. Delicious fizz. Oh, cool. Oh, I'll tell you something crazy happened last night, Stargazer. I don't know if I told you. Oh, sorry, I saw Richard with her as well. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? Tell you something crazy happened last night. So I was on my way home, and somebody, was shouting at me saying, "Oh, Jamie, I watched you on TikTok." I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Yeah, like what the hell? What a coincidence." I mean, you think to yourself, is this just some coincidence or something? Because, like, I ended up going a different way that night than I was meant to. And it's like, it's not scary, it's just, some people believe that in, like, synchronicities and stuff like that, and maybe there's a, no, they didn't ask for my autograph, no. She was actually with her friend, but one of them watched me on TikTok or something, and it's just, it's, yes, believe in coincidence. So what, you think it was just a coincidence? Is that what you're saying, or what do you mean? My favorite movie is Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith. Oh, cool. Nab Venture says, coincidence doesn't exist. Oh, good to see you. How have you been? Yeah. I had a look on your channel, and you've been, was it in Philippines, isn't it? Yeah, because so I was on Colds, and you was in there the other week as well, so I was asking about you, but yeah, how's life going? Whatever happened to the whole kind of, what the hell, you need a good circumcised procedure, what the hell? Does that mean all coincidences are intentional signs for something? Good question. Trollo Forever says Transformers 1. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that. I have to go, but very interesting topic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you take care. Pretty good here, says Nav. So, who's that woman? So, is she your girlfriend then, or something? You said she was your friend, but I'm like, so what's going on with that in Philippines? So how long are you staying there for? Are you staying indefinitely, or is it just a holiday thing you're doing, or what's that? Sorry, I read that already. Transformer 1 is awesome. I love the Prime and Megatron Stroy. Alright. I've not seen that. Coincidence equals perfect coincidence of synchronistic meeting, no accidents. What meaning do you assume? I don't know what meaning. Yeah, it's a bit busier lately, isn't it? Hello, Dana Cordy. Yeah, might as well be. Haha. Alright, so I guess, well, good luck with that then. So, so what are you going to do? You're just going to try and get somewhere with your child. What the hell happened to the whole, you was going to do podcast? What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate nowadays anyway? You still involved with all that, or? Because I've been taking the piss with I'm Andrew Tate. What colour is your Bugatti? And I just kind of like, do Trump as well. Like, I just kind of, I don't know. Did you see Tate got beaten by some amateur or something? It's just, I don't know. The more time goes on, the more I think Andrew Tate's just kind of like, he's cooked. What's that? It's a great movie about George teaching scuba. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know you do scuba. That's cool. Yeah. I remember you said you used to be like some other kind of instructor. Was it climbing instructor or something you used to do? Something like that. Here after a guy in live crying over calling 9/11. Huh? What are you saying? Guy calling 9/11. Hi Mike, how are you doing? Yeah, I've been playing this thing. This is a mouth harp. Yeah, I still do all the stuff I planned, but gonna focus on the scuba, tuition, music, and YouTube. Yeah, so do you still have your company? I'm just a bit like confused because when you added me into the thing, that you just was able to kick me out, so it felt like I could have just been used or something. I don't know. Like, how could you just kick me out of it? If I was CEO, then there would have had to have been some kind of I guess some kind of official thing with that, but then nothing had actually been set up. But what's that? I think Gladiator movie got it 90%, 98% right, but the small kid in the ruined it. Well, okay. Yeah, I saw Gladiators a long time ago. Her recognizing you in favorable light reflects you are now appreciating and validating yourself. And the funny thing is, she said that she's a bit on the spiritual side herself, but thing is though, she had been drinking. Well, she says she doesn't really do that a lot, but she said she'd been out doing a bit of drinking or something, but I don't know. Everyone kind of has their crutches, I suppose, but she said that she's a bit autistic herself, and her friend actually works as a her friend works with people with psychosis, so that's something good. What's that? Dreams of war, dreams of lies. Dreams of war, dreams of lies, dreams of dragon and fire. That's Metallica. Ooh yeah. For me, it's got to be Aliens, best sci-fi movie of all time and best sequel. I think I had a mate that we watched it like long time ago, but yeah, I don't remember anything from it. Oh, what's that? LOC, Line of Control. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Sorry. So yeah, let's have a look. That didn't work between us, mate. You know that ship sail have. I've cut ties with the UK for now. Don't worry, there's no company. Okay, fair enough. You know, that's just because you were saying you were gonna do all this stuff, and then I don't know. It's just if you're gonna have like a big podcast, it's like you need to actually like. I don't know. It just felt as though, from my perspective, it felt like there was procrastination going on, and I don't know. Like, you was all really kind of like, kind of, what is it, kind of excited about it, and then when it seemed to kind of just, I don't know. It feels like when it comes to some people is that they have an idea to do something, and then when it comes to it, they just kind of procrastinate about it. Hi, Amina, how you doing? I think it's the disputed border between China and India and whatever that third country is. Which one? Tibet or what's the other one? Anyway, a Republic Day. Don't think so. Republic Day. We're not a republic in the UK, are we? I mean, are we? I don't know what you call us. Or Kazakhstan, maybe. Actually, no, Kazakhstan's not next to India, is it? I don't think. I could be wrong, but no, you're not banned. Generation X says, yeah, most people have an idea to do something. Yeah, it's just, when you have an idea to do something, and then you just kind of, actually, because deep down you feel like, maybe this isn't for me or something. It's just, there's all this, like, fresh and fit stuff and all that, and it's like, okay, but it's like, haven't they been kind of outed as like, I mean, wasn't he like complaining about single mothers, but then wasn't he dating a single mother or something and found to be like hypocritical or something? I don't know. Hello Caleb, how you doing? I like the Supernatural series. Oh, you have one about favourite film or movie now. Culture Cut says A Scanner Darkly. Is that another one? Like I said, I'm not very familiar with films and stuff. Oh yeah, the instrument. I'll play that instrument if you like. Yeah. Linux 1682. How you doing tonight? Right. So let's just So mouth harp. This thing's called. If you're wondering. Hi, Michael. 28 days later. Oh yeah. I need to watch that properly. I like the song from it. The one that goes. Dun, 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 dun. You know it's like everyone's heard that, haven't they? Sam and Dean Winchester, who's that? Oh yeah, this thing, right? It just gets a lot of like, water everywhere. Requiem for a Dream. Alright. Oh, cool. Well, you mean like the score, like the film score, yeah. Yeah, some have good soundtracks, like Matrix has a good song, doesn't it? That song, Club to Death, that was a good one, wasn't it? Has anyone seen Matrix? Yeah. Yeah, because people always refer to that, like, it's like, escape the Matrix! Oh, yeah. I'm Morpheus, and you're Neo. I've got 30 Bugattis, and you've got a Ford Fiesta. Ford Fiestas are for brokies. Yeah. You're poor. You're a poor beta male. Yeah, Nav, are you still there? I didn't expect to see you here tonight. What color is your Bugatti? Red or black? Or red or blue? Stargazer says, Mr. Quantum, you can buy one from any music shop or online. Oh, cool. I need to look into what's that? Podcast wasn't the main idea anyway. That would have just been part of the online stuff. That's just it. I had all the ideas and was setting everything up, but had a lot going on and had to work full time. Well, it's just, yeah, I get that. It's just when you're all excited and then I'm like, you're trying to like get me to come along with it, then I'm kind of expecting something to happen, kind of like, you know what I mean? Hello, Don't Panic 4422. Hello, Thespian. Yeah, the mouth organ. Yeah, it's just, no, I can't play the mouth organ now. Can beatbox a little bit, but yeah. You missed the journal prompt. Sorry, have I missed your comment? Hello, Amelia with cats. I'm not focused on anyone else but myself now anyway. That's good, you know, because you get a lot of these, like, influencers and these so-called gurus and stuff, and it's like, the thing is, we shouldn't be looking up to these, because there's this whole toxic hustle culture that's just not realistic, you know? Yeah, maybe it works for Tate, whatever, but that shit's not for everybody. A lot of people would just get burnt out if they just did what he did, both mentally and physically. So you got to find what your passion is in life. When you get people telling you, oh, don't do something that you're passionate about, you should just work, and just sell your soul. I don't really agree with that. I think that is not the way to live life, because if you're just spending 60 hours a day or whatever they're doing, just grinding their soul away, then maybe they should take a step back. But anyway, recently watched Mercy for None, best action K-drama ever. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Yeah. Trying to think of, is there any good films that I've seen? I like some horror films. Anyone got any horror films that they like? I mean, but yeah, I know you were saying that the podcast stuff wasn't the main thing, but it just seemed like, at first, that seemed to be what you was wanting to be it all based around, and have it kind of, the other stuff would be kind of more to kind of promote that or to monetize from it. Like, for example, doing affiliate marketing as a way to monetize from making a podcast. And yeah, Hello, Goofy. Sold the house, gave parents some retirement money. Well, that's good then. I suppose in Philippines, you can live on fuck all over there. That's one of the things you could just, yeah. There's people who like make say $3,000 a month, if that, even $2,000 a month, and live like kings. So if someone does like an online business, like a coaching business or something, then whatever they might do, or maybe like I don't know what else, life coaching or whatever, they could make an absolute killing. But yeah, the UK, the inflation's crazy. Hi, Sean. What is the cost of living like over there? It's got crazy. Look at like, back in 2000, the price of a Freddo was 10p. Now the price of a Freddo is like 35p. So it's gone up more than 3 times since then. But yet the cost of living is, not the cost of living. So the cost of living has gone up by 3-4 times, but yet the income on average has only gone up by about double. So go figure. People have probably a lot less disposable income. And the Freddo is now 18 grams. There's also a thing with the Toblerones as well, and how there's more space between each like thing. What's that? So it's like going up more. Yeah, it's like, so you've not only got inflation but shrinkflation. There's also shitflation as well, some call it, or stagflation, where the quality of the products are also going down. Like a lot of the, for example, the chocolate, it's like made with, a lot of like these shitty like aggregate things that they put into it. But yeah, it's easy to live on nothing here, and more opportunity than people think. Just gotta have the right skills. I got offered the job after 8 days here, just waiting to start. That's cool, yeah. Good luck with that. They sponsored a visa for me and what's that, Thai contact? What do you mean? Cadbury chocolate is awful now. Yeah, a lot of them have just gone down in quality. Hello, English. Not gonna lie, the stream before I got to this one was a dude gaming with his mouth and has no use of his arms. Oh, really? Oh, wow, that is, yeah, like I was talking about the other day, the man in the iron lung, who literally, basically, so he had no use of his body other than his mouth, so he could just kind of write and draw with his mouth. So someone was suggesting that he was, because his body had failed, it then made his brain a lot more active, potentially. So that's how he was able to be so productive despite all of his challenges. But it's quite an inspiring one, because oftentimes we might feel like we have a lot of adversity, but sometimes our adversity can give us strength in some ways. It's like the whole thing with autism, and how you could be on the autism spectrum, you could struggle in certain scenarios, maybe in certain social scenarios, but you might be some whiz at, poetry, or it might be at like something like, I don't know, creative writing, or maybe you're into music, or you might have good mathematical abilities. So there's pros and cons to everything, is what I'm saying. Pain's not pain. There is a book written by a guy that could only move his eyelid, called The Butterfly and the Diving Bell. Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's interesting. What are you saying, Abdullah? What are you saying? What is going on in here, eh? At some point in our life, we realized that we should write a comment on a live stream. Okay, well, there you go. You've done that now. Jamie, why do you read like you're in primary one? Whatever. Peter, how you doing? My favorite movie is The Ninth Gate. Oh, really? What's that about? I like watching movie recaps. Because I watched one where it was about them going on a school bus. I think it was not on a school bus, it was just a bus, I think it was. Or whatever, it was some kind of bus anyway. It ended up going into some tunnel, which turned out to be some endless loop, basically, is what it was about. Person says, you was good. What do you mean? Do you mean what's good? I'm alright, thank you. How are you doing tonight? What's the difference between a film and a movie? I think it's just the same thing. It's just Americans call it a movie. Adam Alexis, fave movie. Good question. Avatar, I think, was quite interesting and had a lot of good visuals. Yeah. Some people believe that we're living that kind of thing, like Avatar. We're in some kind of, yeah, I'm alright, can't complain for it. Yeah, the thing is, right, if you've got a roof over your head, you've got food that you can put in your belly, you've got clean water that you can drink, life's going good. There's people without any of that. You've got to remember this, have gratitude for the small things in life. And it can be difficult sometimes, but a lot of it comes down to comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, so you've got to remember that. 10th gate was good, or is that after 9th gate, I guess? The 9th gate is about a book detective named Corzo, and he's played by Johnny Depp. Oh, really? I've never seen that. I've seen Johnny Depp play the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It might be called Wonka, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But I remember we watched it in school, and someone said that he looked like Michael Jackson. I guess it was all the makeup that he did that just made him look kind of, you know what I mean? He didn't look right in that. Because obviously with Michael Jackson, he had a pigment issue that made him end up turning white eventually. Can I drop my channel? I don't really add moderators on here, but just if anyone wants to go check it out, it's at Nab Ventures if you want to. See, apparently, because you have to get to like 50 subs. I could just give you a moderator real quick just to add the channel so people can go and check it out if they want to. Yeah, I'll just do that real quick, but I will be taking it away. What's that? Or you can share live. I've subbed to you, mate. Okay, thank you. When did you sub? Is it? Have you only just subbed? How to smoke not in smoking area? What do you mean? I probably would say you probably shouldn't really be smoking if you can, but hello, F that sweet. Oh, really? Okay, then, yeah, go ahead and drop your link then. But like I said, I tend not to really have moderators in here. Leave smoking area. Okay. I mean, I don't know. What is going on in here? Yes, there is. It went straight to DVD, though. All right. Oh, really? What do you mean went straight to DVD? Are you on about wasn't in cinema, are you saying, or something? Didn't have it in, are you saying they didn't have it in the cinema? Still don't try get his brain working, you'll hurt him. Huh. Okay, so that's the link to Nab's channel if you want to check it out. So yeah, just help him get to like 50 subs or whatever, but make sure you leave a comment on there, but yeah. I'll just remove that there we go. So, right. Anyway, don't exhale while you're in no smoking area. Okay. Hello, Lacona Thakoba. Okay. Apost Nelson Cedar says The Passion of the Christ is a good film. Yeah, I've not seen any of that, I don't think. Just a few shorts on there at the moment, and I'll have a laptop soon. Yeah, if you get a few more shorts out, it should help get your subs up, really. But yeah, anyway, I go live on the phone because it pushes me on the vertical live feed, and it exposes me to a lot of new people all the time. So, I think it says a guy asking how to impress American lady. Maybe speak with a British accent. That seems to do the trick. It's getting the views up, just not the subs. Yeah. Have you tried to like maybe encourage people to sub? Maybe that'll help. Yeah. Maybe that might work. And but I find shorts oftentimes don't get that many. I just put out one earlier, which was a pull-ups, and yeah, it doesn't really get a lot of of that. But I saw you've been getting back into the gym, so that's good. Yeah, I've got 5 likes on that one. So doing pull-ups, and let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think I've got any. Let's have a look. Just refresh this and kind of just in the description, maybe have it actually on the video. Yeah. Arthur says Interstellar. I barely know her. Interstellar, was that a film or something? Anika says he doesn't have British accent. He has Indian accent. How to impress American lady? He is asking, learn the British accent, because apparently Americans like it when they do a British accent, like a well-spoken British accent. I don't know. Be like, hello, I'm from the UK, and nice to meet you, and I don't know. So no new subs yet. 802 views it's got though, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, shorts I find just don't really get that many new subs. I don't know, it's just one of those things really. Yeah, but some people, if they get a lot of views, they get loads of new subs. Yeah, the end screens, I can't put them on for some reason and need to verify a phone number to edit on my phone. Maybe just have some text on the video that will say, like, share, subscribe, to encourage more people. You could say something like, subscribe, help me get 50 subs so I can go live on my phone or something. That way it's like a call to action sort of thing, so you can do that. I'll be able to on the laptop, and when I register a new SIM. Oh yeah, so when you get in the new laptop, because I remember Cold was saying that. Yeah, done that on a few. Yeah, you got like 30 odd subs. I'll have to sub myself actually, and yeah, because I haven't, to be honest, yet. But I'll just do that now, so I'll get you an extra sub. Donald says Harry Potter movies. Oh yeah, I've only seen like a couple of them. I've seen like the Deathly Hallows ones. Yeah, so there you go. You got 37 now. You're welcome. So yeah, I noticed you've gone off the whole kind of plant-based thing now. So what made you go off that? Because I remember you was like proper onto like the kind of plant-based stuff. But yeah, I saw you was having some burger on one of your videos. Hello, Caleb. You asked how do they do it? Likely testing worldwide in Xbox is also doing it. Age vacation. You mean age verification, you're saying? It does not sound like easy programming. It's not easy languages. Yeah. Sounds tricky. So yeah, so you're doing the workout. So yeah. Yeah, so you're doing leg training. You'd maybe put out some more of your workout stuff, just filming like random stuff maybe. Kiara says, hi, welcome in, good to see you again. How are you doing? Tried the stuff at the Gordon Ramsay restaurants. I'm just general vlogging for now. Oh, really? What was it that you was at? What did you have at the Gordon Ramsay restaurants? So just general vlogging. Yeah, maybe the fitness stuff. I don't know. It's you could maybe share some of that. But you say Gordon fucking Ramsay is one of the best chefs in the fucking world. I mean, it puts everybody to fucking shame. So if you're not up to par, don't even fucking bother, because you're going to get your fucking ass kicked. What's that? Customer World, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah. What's that? You need to start competitive powerlifting. I'll tell you, I'm about 6'4". I'm not a powerlifter. I had just his street burger and fish and chips place. Oh yeah. It's So you're doing the you're doing your. When did you last go like gym or something? I do the gym membership now. So yeah. Christian Godinez says Jesus loves you. Yeah. I remember when I was at your place and I was doing the weight stuff and you were saying you're not as strong as you think you are. I still remember you saying that, but I've come on a long way since then anyway. Yeah. What's that? He doesn't have time for competition. Okay. Why don't you just like, whatever. Alright, so yeah,
yeah, workouts have been going pretty well for me, but I've started being able to do pull-ups now, so yeah. Jim was at the last condo unit just doing bodyweight stuff here till I get to the next place in Feb. Yeah, I've done like workouts on here sometimes actually as well. If you go way back, I've done like full bodyweight workouts. Yeah, definitely stronger than I think I am just steady away. Yeah, you have to drop your ego with these things, don't you, you know? A lot of people think they're super strong. Like, for example, when they'll get like a 20 kilogram dumbbell and then they'll be doing a whole bunch of fucking bullshit with it because they have no mind-muscle connection. So, feel better than when I wasn't training. Yeah, see you later, Richard. Yeah, it's just like you'll see these people doing this kind of, you know, like swinging bullshit, you know. Lots of stiffness gone anyway. Well, that's good then, yeah, because when you're not used to it, then it's like your body will just kind of, it's like if you don't use it, you lose it kind of thing. So the monarchy is only done because they hold such little power. Otherwise, it's great and something to be proud of. I don't really agree, Ingan. I think the monarchy is some outdated bullshit that's just like, why do we still have the monarchy? That's just my opinion anyway, but yeah, I prefer good form and train for strength. Yeah, I remember you were talking about doing a lot of like compound lifts that will train multiple body parts and stuff. I do think that there is a place for isolation as well, for like to make it more well-rounded, because you can end up getting weaknesses, can't you, with stuff. Like you can end up having certain areas in your back weak. So yeah. Yeah, the monarchy is quite powerful, I would say. Well, we have the UK, they don't have a constitution and hence no check on the government. I don't know, I'm just, Suarez. I mean, 10 kgs for dumbbell curls can get you along the way. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, if you're having to swing with like 20 kilograms, maybe drop it down to 10, maybe 12. Something like that, whatever you can manage without having to break form. Because I've learned that, yeah, form is important. I do isolation supersets for arms and shoulders after the compound list. Yeah, I think that's the best, because if you do isolation first, you end up you're going to be weak for your compound. So yeah, best to do compounds first, then isolation after. So yeah, doing your like main lifts, like your pull-ups, your dips, and your all that stuff, and your push-ups and your squats. Then do the bicep curls, hammer curls, and lateral raises, all these other things that are gonna, yeah. But yeah, this is one, if you have no equipment, is a body weight lateral raise, I guess you could call it. So I'll just show you guys, yeah, there's no excuses, guys. You can literally do it at home. What you do, just get a wall like this. All you have to do is, you're kind of like doing this. So what you're going to do is you're going to like go like this. And then if you want to make it easier or harder, you just move your feet like this. That is literally how you do a body weight version, because it's to do with shoulder abduction. So this is what the movement that you're doing, whether you're using a weight or your own body weight. So, but ideally, yeah, if you can get your hands on some weight, I would actually put some weight inside a bag like this, and you can use it for your exercises. You can do bicep curls with it and stuff like that. There's barely any army as it is. I don't think Britain is prepared for any sort of major combat outside of special forces. Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's a lot of weak people now. A lot of just mentally and physically weak people. I lift bean tins. Oh yeah, for instance, if I'd go on the beach for the heavy press, then do flies with dumbbells, and then tricep pull downs or skull crushers, and I'd employ the same sets for the other muscle groups, yeah. Upper body 3 times a week and legs twice a week. Abs on each session. Yeah, that way you can get like, yeah. But what I would mention with abs, I don't know if you do that with like keeping the core tight. So every time you're doing push-ups, you're actually going to be working your abs. So I used to make a lot of shitty push-ups where I'd do a lot of this bullshit where I'd be like doing this kind of shit like that. Those are not proper push-ups. Keep everything tight like that. And just kind of going like that. All the way down. All the way up. Control it like that. That's going to be a lot more effective than doing a bunch of bullshit like that, you know? What the fuck is that? You're just humping the floor, so yeah. Yeah, that's what I used to do when I first started trying to do push-ups, but yeah. Let me see if I can do the pistol squat. So it requires a lot of stability, but yeah, try that again. So there we go. Pistol squat. Ooh, fuck. Yeah, yeah, I'm not really wearing the right stuff, but they're a good one for the legs, but yeah. But it's better to probably hold on to something for stability with that one. Anyway, trust me, bro. Yeah, there's 3 pillars of strength. Positive power, static hold, and negative resist. Yeah. You've got concentric, eccentric, and isometric. That's what it is. So planks can be good, like wall sits are a good one. So doing like the kind of, this is good for people with like if you've got like back pain, you can just do wall sits. Or you could even do wall squats where you just kind of go like that. So this is a good one for like, because you're taking the back out of it, so you're just going to give you some like stability, because otherwise, yeah. Let's see if I can try and do the pistol with wall assist. Fuck. So that's a way to kind of give it stability, but yeah, it's anyway, I'm not a Marine. I just kind of like fitness. I like to do fitness, so yeah. Have you ever tried the diamond push-up that looks like this? So this can be a good one for triceps and the inner chest. It's just kind of like that. Ooh. Ah. Ah. Yeah, so that's you got triceps and then inner chest. Yeah. My max was like 33, but with like not great form, but I've been more working on form and trying to just controlled reps. So I don't exactly know. Job, how's it going? Yeah, I mean, how many is your max? But not with diamond grip, but regular push-ups. Yeah, I could take this off and just what's that? The whole UK. Oh yeah, it's weed everywhere. Literally, weed. If windows open, I'd probably smell weed most nights. Somebody doing weed and shit, you know.
Yeah, it's a very funky. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, customer world. Yeah, it's not, jeans aren't really the best for this shit, but yeah, Job, I bet it's booming. You smell it all over. It's 40 on a good day, but you're 82 kilograms. Yeah, I'm over 100 kilograms now, so that puts it into perspective, really. But yeah, it's like it is harder when the more you weigh with like sort of stuff. What is your body fat percentage now? Because I remember you said at one point you was like 16% or something, but yeah, a lot of these scans are not accurate though. It's just kind of like a guesstimate, a lot of them. What's that? I'm back up to a comfortable 60 kilogram bench for 3 sets of 10 reps. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Is that with like free weights or is that Smith machine? Which one do you use? Because I know you're saying like free weights better for like strength building, because with machines they're kind of in a fixed pattern. What's that? Have you searched up on YouTube the philosophy Martin Cabello? No, what's that about? Hi, Mr. Salmon Orange. How you doing? Yeah. Probs 25 to 30%, but yeah, I did get to 16% once and 60 kg lean mass. Yeah, that's like pretty good numbers for your height, I would say. But yeah, it was on the beach, mate, with 20 kg bar and weights on it, right? So it was so you had like 20 kilograms on either side. Yeah, so that's good that you can do 3 sets of 10 reps on that. Were you being, I guess, if you're getting spotted, then it's like, because if I'm doing, say, because I did like 50 kilograms for 15 reps, that was like my PR on that, but I didn't have a spotter. Maybe I could have done a few more reps, but who knows? I might have been able to push it to about 18 or 20. But there's a lot of technique to it, like with arching your back. I just kind of fly flat on it, but some say it's not the most efficient way. Like, there's a lot of thing with like leg drive and all that, but I was just doing it with the basic technique, yeah. So did you like do all the kind of arching, or did you just kind of do it with yeah. I could get my shirt off now and just show you where I'm at with my body. Here we go. So I'll just show you what we're looking like at this point. So as you can see, we're getting some like yeah, that's my current sort of, show you the back as well. So you see the back's getting in shape as well. Just kind of can do some yeah, just kind of like, I thought I'd show that where my progress. You see the biceps, even seeing the triceps there. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, just yeah, pushing your breath out, isn't it? I've heard a lot about using breath to try and but yeah, sometimes I am a bit sloppy with certain techniques. I'm trying to be more mindful now, but you know, nobody's perfect, so I'm trying to just clean everything up, because there's no point in doing things with sloppy form and all that, because either it's not going to get you the best results and it can potentially get you injured as well. So yeah, anyway, yeah, so yeah, I put it in a test, said that I was 18.5%. I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, my muscle connection, yeah,
it is important. Yeah, a lot of people end up cheating the reps and stuff. But yeah, I'm just been trying to work on that. Certain things are harder when you're tall. Pull-ups, dips, stuff like that. I did max out like 13 reps on dips the other week. But I can only do like 4 pull-ups though in a row. So I'm a lot better on dips than I am on pull-ups. But yeah, it's just so it's one of those things. I mean, dips are a bit easier than pull-ups, I think, but yeah. There's a Smith machine outside of my Thai place down the street from me. Weights are locked away, but people use it without weight when the place is closed. Is dangerous. What you mean, use it without weight? What are you saying? Why do you hate me? I don't hate you. Yeah, I don't hate you. What are you talking about? I've been trying to do like more plyometric stuff as well, like so doing like jumping squats and things like that. Just more explosive stuff. It's good for cardio as well. There we go. Yeah. What's that? Would you like some toenails? What the hell's going on? Just the bar, but it seems like a guillotine for public use. Yeah, if they don't know what they're doing, that shit can be dangerous. Because I've heard it, in some cases, it can be even more dangerous than free weights. Because if they don't lock it out, because you have to make sure to lock it out on that. Whereas with a bench press, if you can't lift it, you can just tip the weight off to one side, or you can just slowly lower it down to your chest. Then you roll it down. And then you basically just deadlift the weight off you. I saw a video on how to bail a bench press where it talked about that. If you end up in a situation where you cannot get the weight up, you would just lower the weight down, then make sure it lands around your near your stomach, then roll it off you, and then deadlift it away. So that's, yeah. Cazador says Goodfellas. Oh yeah, that was a movie, wasn't it? Isn't it a bit similar to Godfather or something? Like those kind of like gangster movies or something. Tilt the weight to one side, I'm thinking of the wrong machine. It's like squatting with the bar locked on a track. That's what I was on about with the free weights. But with the Smith machine, if you cannot lock it out, then you're fucked, is what I'm saying. If you're benching that, you can end up guillotining yourself, is what I'm saying. So, that is something you have to be careful of. To not guillotine yourself with it. Yeah, Smith machines. I mean, some argue that they're better for isolating the muscles, but the thing is, people talk about instability all the time. I don't think a small amount of instability is going to negatively affect muscle growth. I mean, I don't know. You can't adjust the press line either. Yeah, it's just not a functional movement. A lot of these people that go on about health and fitness, but yet most of the time you see them doing these goofy ass fucking exercises that are not functional, whatever. You get these people like fucking Mike Gisratel and Jeff Nichols, who are just like preaching about science-based, and their stuff is based on some bullshit fucking studies that they themselves has created, in a lot of cases, and then you've got Mike Gisratel with some bullshit PhD, that has been, found to have loads of errors, and then Jeff Nichols is just apparently had some fitness course or whatever from some program that had a bunch of errors in it. So these are the authorities of online fitness. They just hide behind science-based, yet a lot of this stuff isn't even based on science. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's bullshit, isn't it? Really, a lot of it. A lot of these people, it's all, trying to optimize everything, but then a lot of these people don't even work hard. They're so focused on having the optimal tempo and all this bullshit, but they actually miss the most important thing, which is the intensity of it and Anyway, Avatar is a good one. I mentioned that before. Imir says, hi, what's your channel about? All sorts of stuff. We talk health, fitness. We also talk more controversial stuff like politics, religion. I mean, anything goes here pretty much. Yeah, science is just a way to measure stuff. It's not a gospel truth. I agree. But it's just a lot of people hide behind science-based. A lot of stuff, as you probably know, science oftentimes can be used as a kind of, what do you call it, like just to deceive people, basically. Say, just put science-based label on it, just to sell a bunch of BS. Okay, whatever. But yeah, it's just science-based, my ass. It's like, if anything is that Mike Israetel is not fit at all. Yeah, follow the science. It's like with the 2020 bullshit. It's interesting the year 2020, and we're going about coincidences. 2020 vision. I actually called this at the beginning of 2020 that an awakening would happen. Look what happened. Many people awoken to the corruption. It's interesting how that happened when the year 2020 come around. Suddenly, there was all this paranoia and all that, and suddenly everyone starts to be like, hang on a second, what are we so kind of afraid of here? I build usable muscles, I train for explosiveness, not what you're saying, Pontus. Yeah, that's it, Training things like to play like plyometrics and stuff like that. London looks like Istanbul, says American Swede. I mean, it just looks like, I don't know, well, it's cosmopolitan, isn't it? So you've got people from all over the world. Hey, Noah, how you doing? Need an arc. I know a guy. Hit that like button, everybody. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so I did some biceps earlier. And for biceps, what I did is I'll use like a bar. I'll go under it. So if you're there, Nab. So this is a body weight bicep curl. What you do, you go under it. Then what you do, you kind of you're going to focus on curling your arms up like that. So I'd have to try and find it. But you can actually do it with your own leg and put a towel around it if you have nothing else to use. It's like you can get quite sort of... what time is it? It is 11 p.m. What time is it over there in Philippines? But yeah, thank you for the 40 likes, everybody. Awesome. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's just, as they say, where there's a will, there's a way, right? If you want to get fit and healthy, you'll make no excuses. You don't need a gym to do it, right? Yeah, if you want to get super strong, you want to be a power lifter or a strongman, yeah, you're going to need a gym for that. But if you just want to get healthy and get fit and strong, then you can do it from home. You can do it at the park, get a pull-up bar, get a dip bar, whatever. Yeah, 7 a.m. 26 now. Oh yeah, you're on. We're on 25th still here. So yeah, I'm ahead of your time. Yeah, you're in the future. Yeah. You're saying hello. People say we can't time travel. Well, if I traveled there, then would I technically be time traveling? Hello, the Meth Lord says The Warriors 1979. Alright, so that's what you think is the best film. What was that about? Maybe tell us about that. But we're both here. Yeah. Well, because time is a construct, that's why. So when people say time doesn't exist, that's what they mean, is that the time that is, this measurement that they've given us that right now is 11 p.m. Says who? I didn't say it's 11 p.m. Someone else dictated that to me, So apparently it's a different time somewhere else in the world, yet we're both here right now. Go figure, And then they decide to change the time for daylight savings time, and then they change it back. So time is a illusion, isn't it then, basically? Yeah, just the same moment. Yeah, it's fucked, isn't it? Some parts of the world decide to do British. So like we've got British summertime, but other parts of the world, they still stay on that same time. So they're not all doing it in tandem. Some do it at a certain month of year because in certain areas it's summer, and then in other areas it's winter. Like for you, you're in summer right now, aren't you? Oh no, you're not in summer, are you? Hang on, what's winter? Is it spring there or what? I mean, it's going to be a bit of a different season, I'm assuming. You're around the equator, aren't you, somewhere, if I remember? Just someone's great idea. Yeah. Let's see. What it was something to do with. Yeah, wasn't it about more daylight for the farmers or something like that? It was a way to get farmers to work longer hours. Was it something to do with the peasants or something? I don't know, but it's been going for a long time, and like with a lot of traditions, I think it's just run its course, and this should just stop it. Like I said, royalty, I think, has passed its course, to keep you at work and school on time. Yeah, exactly. It's all bullshit. It's all part of this, for want of a better word, matrix. It is kind of a matrix, really, but every time I see a Jeff Bullard video, I get mad. Why do you get mad? That's not good, is it? Yeah. Anyway, just another measurement, really. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's it, Some people even say mathematics can be misleading because if it's depending on the axioms that you're using and stuff, because he is full of optimal lifting nonsense. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're on about Jeff Nipples. I call it Jeff Nipples. Yeah. Yeah, it's like...
So, if you want to train optimally, then you should do this really goofy exercise. Like, you should do this, like, floor lat pull down thingy with, like, a cable where you're just, like, lying down on the floor and doing some goofy ass shit with his whiny nasal voice, where he's doing this kind of goofy shit where he's, like, lying on the floor and just doing this shit, because it's hyper-optimal. Yeah, like this is the most optimal exercise for your back, for your lats. You can really feel a deep stretch in this position.
Oh, yeah. So this is the dead stop push-up. So you're going from the floor, and then... So this is one more for strength, but yeah. It's about, making sure that you're releasing tension at the bottom is this one. So you're going like this, and then back up, as opposed to just doing bouncy reps like that. So you're breaking the tension momentarily, and then you're using more force on the way up. So I think there's a place for that. Some might argue it's not as good for hypertrophy, like, for example, doing deadlifts where you do it as a dead stop. Some say that because there's less time under tension. I don't know, but I feel like dead stop push-ups are good. Because you're going to probably have overall more mechanical tension, Because if you're doing bouncy reps, then I just don't think that, I don't know, it depends really. Some people say that if you do a bunch of like partials at the bottom, that can be good as well, where you're just doing bouncy reps at the bottom of the range of motion, like prison style workouts. So that's a tip. If you want to build more muscle at home, maybe incorporate more of these kind of like partial reps to get more time under tension, more focus on the stretch. But there is truth to that about, you know, stretch. But I mean, it's just, I do think it gets a bit hyped too much. And there are certain muscle groups that do not really benefit from stretch-mediated hypertrophy. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch, oh yeah, I remember that. Remember I had a toy that I'd like, yeah, I don't know if it was like a McDonald's toy or something, but yeah, it might have been one of those actually. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch, isn't it? Or Lilo and Stitch, however it's pronounced. I don't know, but... Oh yeah, dodgeball. I remember we had that at school where that was like on two different sides of the PE room, and we'd have this kind of area in the middle called no man's land. And yeah, it's not as complicated as some people make out either. Yeah, exactly. They just try and put out a bunch of bullshit about, you know, strength curves and whatever fucking bullshit, you know. Just shut up with that crap and just lift. You know, it's like, if you are, you know, stressing the muscles, they're probably going to grow. I mean, unless you're like at a really advanced level, you don't really need to worry about strength curves and whatever other bullshit. Like, what is the other one? Stimulus to fatigue ratio. That's more for advanced lifters. You know, those ones that want to compete. I mean, maybe that can become more of a factor at that point. But if you're just starting out, even intermediate, you probably don't have to worry about any of that, really. Scotland. I mean, if it's Scotland, are you? Yeah, they just try and overcomplicate things, which probably, if anything, puts a lot of people off because they're like, oh, how do I make sure I'm doing everything right? And even if they do try, they probably don't end up actually going that heavy because they're worried about breaking their form slightly. Because what will happen is I'll just kind of like have to use perfect form the whole time, and then, yeah, I do agree that using good form is good most of the time, but sometimes there is a time for cheat reps as well, because if it allows you to get a couple more reps out, then using a bit of momentum, which can almost act like a drop set as a way to extend your set. So there is a place for that. For example, if you're struggling to get any more bicep curls, then yeah, maybe the last couple of reps, use a bit of momentum. That might help you to, you know, keep going a little bit longer, perhaps. But I mean, it's just whatever. You know, there's many, you know, ways to skin a cat, they say. So yeah, too much talking and thinking. Just a lot of them are just a bunch of nerds, right? This is the thing. This is the thing where you've got the nerds and then you've got the, well, quote unquote alpha males. I think that sounds a bit cringy, but you've got the like these sort of people who, you know, they're overthinking everything and they don't have hardly any results. They're like, oh, you got to focus on the stretch. It's like, but yet the people who actually gain are oftentimes ones who don't worry about any of that. They just do what is intuitive to them. They're not constantly looking into what the science says, because oftentimes the science may be to certain conditions. For example, low reps might be better for people doing full range of motion versus partial reps might be better if you use, say, you know, larger like reps sort of thing, because obviously if you're using a full range of motion, then each rep will last longer. And yeah, basically what I'm saying is, yeah, America first. We're America first. We're going to prioritize the American people, so we're going to take over over Greenland and Venezuela. That's what we're going to do, and it's going to stimulate our economy.
Hello, Santana. Hello, L.
Thank you, Al. It's so tremendous to have you here. You're a wonderful person.
That was on point. Thank you. And we've got Mukijavasu. How you doing? You sound unhappy. I'm actually okay, thank you, Steve. Hello, Ross.
I'm Russ. What is it? I'm Russ. I'm rough and I'm tough. I'm out here. And the front lines.
I'm trying to do Ross Kemp or something. Steve Ellis says, good morning from Australia.
G'day, mate. Oh, yeah, Nab's in Philippines. Not too far from you, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Ross says I subscribe. Thank you very much. Nice one. Yeah, I'll just have a bit of a dick around with this thing. Hello, Zoswi. How you doing? What you mean swimming distance? Oh yeah, not quite, is it? Right, speak soon, mate. Off for a walk. Yeah, good. Yeah, good to see you. I'll probably put a message later, and yeah, maybe we can chat offline at some point if you want to, but it's up to you. Look at you go. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. So, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, cool. What's your email? Maybe I could send that to you if you've got an email that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Right. Any more questions, guys? Oh, here we go, Graham. Here we go again. Okay. Is everyone all right tonight then? Nice to have you all here. But yeah, 11 people still in here. Cool. So, what is the next topic? So, people seem to love arguing about God and stuff. So, but yeah, again, what is your version of God? Because everyone has their own version of God. Or if you don't have a God, say you don't believe in God. But if you believe in God, what is your version of God? What is the God that you believe in? Oh, it's on your channel, is it? I'll have to check it out. Yeah, see you later. I sacked 2 of my... Okay, here we go again, Graham, with the Mockler-Meisen, whatever the hell that is. Probably some made-up BS, but anyway. Let's try and get to 50 likes real quick. Yeah. American Swede says, Jesus Christ is King. So you're a Christian then, right? Oh yeah, thank you for the 45 likes, everybody. Cool. Yeah, it's been good that, the channel's been popping off and stuff, so onwards and upwards, they're saying it, just, we keep grinding, that's what we do, We put the time in, we keep, getting the results, that's what we do, that's what we're going to do. Come on, everyone, hit the like button, yeah, please do, yeah. Not saying anything of Susie, I guess, some people are just kind of, sometimes people have the Sunday off and just kind of, they just chill Sunday, whatever. Not sin Fernie today either, so yeah. Some of the regulars I'm not sin. Zoswi says God is fear. Yeah, to me, I've started to have some different thoughts like solipsism and more thoughts around oneness and stuff like that, more kind of spiritual thoughts. I try to keep an open mind. Like, I'm not totally on board with the, what the scientists will say about, when we die, that's it. I don't know if that's true. No one knows, do they? But I'm also not on board with the whole kind of religious way of viewing things. Hello, Clyde Bilt. How you doing? Spiritual, the older you age. Are you saying that's more of like a coping mechanism, or is that just a
what do you think? Why is it that we become spiritual as we get older? Some people say that you get religious when you're older because of the fear of death. What do you guys think? Why don't you take your macrolides, whatever? Elle says, I try to keep an open mind. I hope there's something, but who knows? Yeah, that's it, you know. Empty CS says 2001 Space Odyssey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, never seen that, to be honest, but let's have a drink. Right. Okay. But yeah, DMT, ayahuasca, is a spirit molecule. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's but some would say it's more just like hallucinations. What would you say to that then? Some people say that you release DMT when you're about to die. Hello, the Ukraine mission. Welcome in. So some say you release DMT when you're about to die or something. So what do you think? Have you heard of a tree serpent? No, what's that about? A tree serpent. That sounds like something in the Bible. A tree serpent, like the serpent from the Bible and the tree. Makes me think of the Bible. Clyde says exactly this. But I also saw that it said the reason why we release DMT might be more of just a comfort because help us deal with death. So it kind of like makes you into a mind-altering state to get you ready for death. I don't know. That's maybe like the official explanation for that. I don't know if that is true. Like it's just a theory, I think. But anyway, has anyone heard of the Macromizers? You keep on going on about that. Thank you for subbing. Elle, where are you from, by the way? Anyway, my favorite movie is Batman Begins. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Yeah. I can't remember if I actually watched any of that because I think my mate had it. I think a Batman film or something back when I was like in the 2000s. I had one experience on DMT, shut my eyes and kept getting flashbacks of when I watched the Emoji Movie as a kid. F knows what that was about, but hey, yeah, a lot of people say they have some flashbacks to things in the past. They say you should be very careful about taking that stuff. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's what I've heard that some people should definitely not take it if you've got like high blood pressure and stuff. Live action broadcast. No, I'll just keep on, talking. Whereabouts am I from? I'm in York in the UK. Whereabouts are you from? Hang on a sec. Yeah, you're from the UK as well. Oh yeah. Clyde says university or studying it. Yeah, be interesting to see what gets found out about it all, really. But it's just there's a lot that we don't know about consciousness, and a lot of people talk about consciousness being a result of like electrical signals in the brain, but the question is what causes that to give us subjective experience. It's one that still baffles science about qualia, about why is it that I experience this subjective feeling of blue and all that, and it's a very trippy thing just to think about that, really. Pommy, okay. What's more intelligent, apes or wolves? I would have thought apes, but maybe I'm wrong. But apparently, fun fact, crows have the intelligence of about a 5 to 7 year old child, so they are very intelligent. They have intelligence on par with apes, roughly. Hello, Joe. What is going on? Poms, aren't they not like another name for British or something? Poms. Anyway, it reminds me of pom-poms or something. Hello, Giuseppe Ella. No, it's not Birmingham, I'm in York. If I was from Birmingham, I'd talk like that, wouldn't I? Alright, you want some gravy on your chips? Crows and wolves, what are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. Elle says, yeah, it is. Which one are you talking about? You're about the crows and stuff. Are you still streaming? What do you think, Shane? Yeah, used to live in Tasmania and got cold Pomelo. Oh, yeah, right. The Tasmania, what did you do in Tasmania? Mustard, anyone? I don't think I've ever had mustard, to be honest. In ancient Persia, people believed God, a spirit, twin, good and evil, present in all human. Interesting, yeah. Because I was thinking about this in terms of it more being God and devil being universal forces of good and evil, because the word God sounds like the word good. The word devil is like evil. So what are the chances of that? Is there some kind of link there with good and evil, God and devil? Think about it, If you take the D off devil, you get evil. if you put an O in God, you get good. So I'm like, that is mad, isn't it? Lived there for 4 years, then came back, went to school over there. Oh yeah. Right, so what do you do? Does like just having a break over or something? There's Deaf Bat, hello. Demolition Man was for a bit, what you mean? Hello Reese, how you doing? LOTR extended. Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. What is that impression? My precious. The yes, was it Smeagol, that one, wasn't it? Whichever, I think it was Smeagol. Fun fact, I used to get called Smeagol when I was a kid. I don't know why. Like, how did I look anything like Smeagol? It was when I had my hair like buzzed short, and they called me Smeagol or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because I had my hair buzzed quite short, and I had it buzzed all over. I have it buzzed at the side now, but I used to have my hair buzzed all over, so maybe that's why they called me that. It was like Velcro hair, basically. I'm doing fine, thank you, Cuckoo Luku. Answer like Inception as well. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. It's supposed to be quite a fascinating one. The accountant was pretty good. Oh yeah. I don't know. Oh, Gollum, is it Gollum? I thought it was Smeagol, but anyway. They're kind of like similar characters, but shows how much I know about that. My dad was promised work over there, so he went there for a better life. Lives lovely over there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Why did you end up coming back then, if you don't mind me asking? Who cares what we look like as long as we look nice for the ladies? I mean, why does everything have to be about trying to impress somebody else? Anyway. Elle says, my sister stayed here, so my mum wanted to come back. Oh, fair enough. You should do it for you. If you want to look better, it should be for you, not to try and impress somebody else, you know? Do you like what you see in the mirror? If you do, then, you know, then that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, I'm 30 years old. How old are you? Yeah, 30 years old, or 30 years young, depending on how you see it, really. I know it's when people get older, they start saying, I'm 60 years young instead of 60 years old. It's like they're saying that to try and kid themselves into thinking they're still young, or something. There's a way to cope with old age, or something. Same, I feel old now. Oh no, I still feel young. I'm not gonna accept that I'm getting old. It's just, they say you're only as old as you feel. To be honest with you, I've never felt better in my life. My fitness and all that, everything, I'm feeling the best ever, so yeah. Hello, your local potato. How you doing? What's your name? Potato! So you're 30 years old then, so yeah, so you're whereabouts in the UK did you say you are now? Yeah. I guess what just happened last night, I was to talk about it earlier. Hi, Wildcats Life. I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing? So I was walking home. I just happened to bump into someone that watched me on TikTok. Your local potato says, hello, Jimmy Cooper says, I'm 54, but my bird is 22. Well, is that a parrot or something? You have a 22-year-old parrot or something? Is that what you've got? Hi, Fernie, speak of the devil. I was wondering where you were. I thought, oh, maybe she's just kind of not going to come. Oh, in West Sussex now. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Are you near the South Downs then? So it looked be like quite a nice place to go to down there. Yeah, how have you been, Fernie? I've not seen Susie today, but yeah, well, it's good to have you here. Trolling History says I'm 38 and I still get ID check for Lotto. Oh no, yeah, that's the thing. If you look young, then you might get ID check more. That bird joke is funny. Yeah, I know. Cheers, Steve Ellis. Life is good. Yeah. And your local potatoes, 21. Yeah, we get people from all sorts of ages in here and all sorts of backgrounds. What it's in the background? It is a bicycle. Hello, the guy. How you doing? Fernie says hectic weekend. Oh yeah, what have you been up to this weekend? Anything interesting? Hope you all. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you. Always good to see you in here.
let's get 2 more likes. Yeah, I've not seen anything of Susie today. I guess she's been, doing other things today. But yeah, that's cool. I live in York now. Your local potato. Yeah, so I live in York. Anyway, it's nice to meet you all, and yeah. You have a telescope. I don't have a telescope. Unknown Ghost says, my favourite film is Pacific Rim and Marvel films. Oh yeah, cool. Which is your favourite Marvel film? I liked, what was it? Avengers. I've seen one of the Avengers ones, but yeah. I need to watch more films really, but they can just be quite time consuming. Where am I from? It says WPTV100. I'm from the UK. Hello, Patrick. Yeah, Mexican food. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Taylor Adams says The Dark Knight. Yeah. Avengers Infinity War. I've only seen one of them, to be honest with you. I actually went to the cinema, and guess what? I was supposed to be going with a group from college, but then they ended up going at a different time, so I ended up on my own because I wasn't sure whether they were going to show up or something, and I was like, I went in and to see if they were there, and then, yeah, they were. I was ended up on my own, so that was a bit shit, but oh well. Hello, Tarkadal. How you doing? Patrick says, is there such Mexican food in the UK? I mean, yeah, it's probably not going to be the most authentic, but yeah. I quite like Indian food myself. That would be one of my favourite. Middle Eastern food I quite like as well. Oh yeah, Fight Club, yeah, from what I've seen of that's quite a good one. Yeah. Been to Liverpool last week. Oh yeah. Liverpool, mate. Hello, Peak Entertainer. Good to see you again. How's your weekend been? Have you had a good one? Yeah, always good to have you all in here. UK invented Indian food. Well, some of it. Like things like tikka masala and stuff like that. The UK invented that, but I'm talking like more the authentic Indian stuff. I mean, yeah, and Thai food. Oh yeah, Thai food can be good as well. Sounds like typhoid, doesn't it? Thai food. Yeah. Typhoid. I don't know. Or typhoon, I mean. Or typhoon. Typhoon, yeah. Typhoon or typhoid. Day 6 of Jesus loves you. Okay, thank you, Agarai. Taylor says, lol. Yeah, where are you from, by the way, Taylor, anyway? Oh, yeah, it was a Pakistani guy, was it? I think it was, I meant it was like more for the British taste or something. It wasn't like, more of like an authentic, what I mean is it was not an authentic like Asian food, right? It was more of like for British taste because it's mild, like because they're normally quite spicy, aren't they? Like South Asian food. Tikka masala was invented in Glasgow. Shish Mahal restaurant. Oh really? Yeah. 49 likes. Thank you. Let's get one more like on this live. Thank you very much. So, yeah, we all right tonight, everybody? It's great to have you all in here. So, yeah, do you guys believe in fate or anything like that? Hello, Death, Slobkill. Just, what you're saying, what the hell is going on in here? WPTV says British food is roast dinner. Oh, yeah. A lot of people say that British food sucks because they think of things like beans on toast or what is it? Jellied eels. That's what people think of, isn't it? Acker Lack says I'm 50. It says 49 on my end, but yeah. But it must be 50 on your end. Here you are, bro. Okay, cool. Welcome in. Surely it's rest in peace. Oh, yes. Hi, Stretch. It's Australia Day, brother. On my 5th VB. Oh, Susie's here. Hang on a sec. What's that? Going to the pub. Let's get fucked up and you have a great day, man. Yeah, let's have a drink of Foster's, mate. Yeah. So that's Susie. Finally, Susie showed up. I was wondering where you were. How have you been? Yeah, I was wondering. Literally, I was talking about Fernie and Susie hadn't shown up, and yeah, I do Donald Trump impressions also. I'm the greatest Donald Trump impersonator on YouTube. It's so tremendous. What are you talking about, Death? Paul English. Oh, yeah. What are you saying, Death? I don't know if you're just trying to mess around, but anyway. Yeah, it's always great to have you guys in here. 51 likes. Awesome, guys. Thank you all. Thank you for your
You're also tremendous. Bro, you're actually a fun guy. I'm a very fun guy, like those mushrooms are very fun guys. You get it, that's a very hilarious joke. It's a tremendous joke. It's a classic.
You like the full English breakfast, yeah. Oh yeah, like the hash browns and all that stuff, innit? Yeah. Oh goodness. Anyway, Taylor Adams says lol. Yeah. Anyway, I have merch out, guys, if you want to check it out. So I have it on my store. If you go onto my channel page, if you want to buy a t-shirt or a bag or anything like that, check it out. It's yeah. If you want to support the channel, there's two different designs, but there is one that I like more, which has the different colours on it and stuff, but it's up to you. Yes, I am British, Lotus. What about you? Accurate, isn't it? What's that? Sorry. Oh yeah, were you on about the Donald Trump impression or something?
I am the most accurate Donald Trump impersonator on YouTube.
Fine dining in the UK is Greg's. Pretty much. It's like, yeah, maybe Burger King actually. They think, yeah, it's like the more expensive version of McDonald's. Ice killed another guy. Oh, that's not good. Martian coders. Yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing about ice or something, and I don't know. It's just really messed up. I don't know what's going on. It's just fucked up shit going on right now. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, check out my merch if you want to go and buy any of that. But that's up to you at the end of the day. So yeah, I am British. Emmy Jones. Yeah, where are you from? Midlands? No, I'm not from Midlands. I'm up north actually. Yeah, I'm up north. I'm up north. Like, we talk like this up north. I'm gonna go for some pie, peas and gravy. Up north, isn't it? That's like a Yorkshire twang, isn't it? I can't say by what you're saying. Okay then. What the hell? Lotus says, I'm down south, alright? Yeah, I'm down south, alright? Yeah. I want my own China. Oh shit, you haven't got the full Yorkshire accent going, I couldn't tell. I have a Lancashire accent actually, I'm from Blackburn originally. You must know him, he's a famous snooker player. Who's a famous snooker player, Will? What are you saying? What's Will saying? Who's him? Don't know what you're saying there, but yeah. Oh, Hives. Hello from Newfoundland, Canada. How you doing? Yeah, Newfoundland. They apparently have quite an Irishy twang there in Newfoundland. Yeah, it's like they're from Ireland, and it's like they talk like that. It's like a bit Irish, but it's kind of a bit Canadian at the same time. It's a bit like that, you know. Am I doing it all? You know, am I doing it good justice or something like that? You know, it's like a bit Irish, but it's, you know, there's a bit of Canadian in there as well, kind of thing. Yeah. Will says you're not Mark Selby. I'm not Mark Selby, no. Trouble and strife. Don't forget about your trouble and your strife. It's the bare necessities, it's Mother Nature's recipes, the simple bare necessities of life. Yeah, that one, Jungle Buck, wasn't it? Yeah, Jungle Buck. Yeah. Trouble and strife, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. From accents to singing, yeah, I can, you know, I'm a very, very versatile, I'm a very, adaptable person. Yeah, the Jungle Buck, yeah. Forget about your worries and your strife. The bare necessities in Mother Nature's recipes, simple bare necessities of life. Doing it in Donald Trump impression now, you know. I think my friend is in the chat. Who's your friend? Yeah. Anyway. Frozen 1 and 2. Oh yeah. Are they bringing another one out or something? Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go.
Yeah, I remember that. It was everywhere, wasn't it? George Watts is single. I'm single. What's up? Hello, I'm a human 321. How you doing? Yo, Jay, are you in chat? Huh? I'm looking at the chat right now. Heaven and Thumber. Yeah, you okay, Heaven? Man, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, it isn't so hard to see we're in heaven. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Why, what's wrong? I'm not okay. You wear me out. Remember that My Chemical Romance, I'm not okay. Your plastering on the ceiling is... what the hell? What the hell's going on in here? This is just, yeah. Crazy. You made me crazy. You made me crazy. Anyway. How can you even tell through the camera? Well, yeah, no, what the hell? I don't know what they're talking about, but... Your plastering is... You're one to talk on you. Let's see your plastering. It's the lighting, well, yeah. Of course. I don't know, I feel like I lose brain cells every time I listen to this. It's like, what the hell? Right, guys, so I'm going to just get off, have some food and stuff, but we'll be back on in a bit, I think. I'm also just going to go and say hi to some YouTube stream as well, so I'll be back in a bit, guys. Your ceiling is dog poo. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll see you all in a bit. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. I'll be back soon. Right, bye.